Big welcome to everyone. M. Solomon here, your mortgage auditor and foreclosure accountants. I'm M. Solomon. You can reach me at 202-270-6832. Love to hear from you. If you're in foreclosure having problems, you can also write me at secondary trade desk. I don't know about general problems, but problems with a mortgage foreclosure. You can write me at secondary trade desk at gmail.com. Got a great presentation for you today, real short, to the point. How a foreclosing attorney gets 2 loans out of 1. Wow. How do you get 2 loans out of 1? You do it in a payoff demand. We're going to show you how. Are you reading your payoff demand? If you're not, you're in trouble. Let me show you how to read it. Let's take a look. All right, follow me on this. I think you'll find it fascinating. Hopefully it's not what's happening to you. We have a late fee of $324.18. Trusted pointer, where are you? Please, there you go. $324.18 is the late fee, and the late fee is charging 12%. That means 12% capitalized the $324 late fee at the borrower payment. Borrower payment was indeed $2,701.50. We factored that by 100. Why? Well, because 12% at a factor of 100 gives you 12 months. Now, it's just a way of calculating the conversion of the rate into a time period, time slot. But anyway, 12 payments, $2,701.05 times 12. That gives us annual debt service of $32,418. And if I divide that number by the loan amount, it gives me $449,265.88. That $32,418 annual debt service divided by the loan amount. That would equal your rate, and the rate is, bang, 7.22. No, the rate is only 4.70. Why are we getting 7.22? Take the monthly late fee, then the monthly, get the annual, divided by the outstanding balance. That is not what the rate is. The rate's only 4.7. So instead of being 32,418, the rate should be 21,115. 21,115.5 annually, the annual payment based on 4.70. But based on 7.22, there's an excess there. The difference between the excess is the 32 and the 21. That gives us another $11,302 that is unaccounted for. And if you take that and capitalize it by the warehouse line, which is what a lender uses to sell loans, the lender originates a loan off a warehouse line. The warehouse line is the obligation of the seller to the creditor. Those rates go for about 2.5%. If we capitalize that excess after annual debt service, capitalize the excess at 2.5%, look what you get. Second loan balance, $449,265.88. There's your mortgage. There's the commercial line of credit. There is the borrower's obligation. There is the seller's obligation. Seller's gone, not around anymore, so they're going to lump it into here. You're not going to know the difference if you don't question it or have us audit your file. And this individual was astute enough to know that there's something else going on here. He's being overcharged. Overcharged by twice the loan amount. Can you imagine that? Overcharged by twice the loan amount. Okay, let's keep going. Now, if you're watching this and you're paying attention, many of you aren't, you're just watching it, you got to pay attention. But if you are paying attention, you'll say, wait a minute, hang on, Mr. Solomon. We understand you're an accountant, an auditor, but you're missing something. This number here is equal to the annual debt service. It's not the annual debt service. This was for an amount of interest that's due for maybe a year or more, hopefully over a year of interest. Maybe it's due for the total number of months at 4.70. Maybe that's the number of days of interest that's due for the loan because of the payments the borrower has missed. Astute, outstanding commentary, outstanding find. But I'm telling you that that is not the case. First of all, strike one, they don't have an interest rate shown on the payoff statement. Number two, they don't show a per diem on the payoff statement. Number three, they don't tell you from what date to what date. They don't give you any of that information. They're just saying, here's your interest due. Okay, if we say that's what you owe, that's what you owe. Okay, that's fine. I'll just assume that that's total amount of interest right here. Total amount of interest is not the annual debt service, but it's the total amount of interest due in the exact number of days it would be accrued for borrower missing the payments. And what I'd say to you is wrong, because at a 12% late fee, the borrower would have more than just one payment, one late fee. If this is more than one payment, if it's even 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18 months, whatever months, however many number of months that payment is, it would not be reflected as one late fee. Do you understand? One late fee at 12% equals the monthly payment, and that times 12 equals this number. That number is what they're showing due in interest. That is where we got the 722 off the one payment, and the dead giveaway is the late fee. There's only one. Come on, a borrower misses 18 months of payments, and you're going to charge him 1 month of late fee? Something's wrong. Something's wrong there. Anyway, what we were able to back into was his per diem. This individual is a couple's per diem. For the two balances, they have a per diem of $58.65. That would be just on one loan. It would be fully amortizing the loan. At $58.65 daily cost of interest, you could amortize that loan completely. If interest were converted into amortization, you'd amortize that loan over 7,670 days, and that times 365.24, divide by 365.24 would give you the number of years. That'd be 21 on the mark, 21 years of payments. That's how long it would take to amortize this. And if I went out to this 12/31/21, the year of the foreclosure, 21 years, that many days would take me back to 12/31/2000. Y2K. Has anybody ever looked up, hint, hint, JP Morgan Chase, what year they were founded in? Try it. JP Morgan Chase, founded in 12/31/2000. What in tarnations is going on here? Something's up. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me hear it in the comments. So here's a case that may lend support to our argument. The 11th Circuit recently reduced mortgage assignee's potential exposure to liability for a servicer's alleged violation of TILA, Truth in Lending. The case was Evento versus the Fannie Mae. The court held that TILA does not create a cause of action against an assignee of a mortgage servicer's for a mortgage servicer's failure to timely provide a payoff balance to a mortgagor. The borrower was Evento, obtained a mortgage loan, etc., etc. Evento allegedly requested a payoff balance from Greentree, but allegedly never received one. Subsequently, the borrower sued Fannie Mae for Greentree's alleged failure to provide the payoff balance within 7 days as required. And here's your statute, 15 U.S.C. 1639G. Fannie Mae moved to dismiss the complaint. The district court granted the motion. It went to the appellate court, the 11th District. The 11th District affirmed the district court's judgment. The court noted that although Thailand provides certain remedies for violations, it limits the type of remedies available against an assignee. It would be Fannie Mae. Specifically, the court referenced the Thailand provision stating that any civil action against a creditor for violation of the statute, 15 U.S.C., section 1639G, with respect to a consumer credit transaction secured by real property. Stop! Consumer credit transaction secured by real property. We're talking a mortgage here. A credit transaction secured by real property is a commercial line of credit. Anyway, don't read into that. I am. Any mortgage, well, it doesn't say mortgage, but any consumer credit transaction secured by real property may be maintained against an assignee of such creditor only if the violation for which such action or proceeding is brought is apparent on the face of the disclosure statement provided in connection with such transaction pursuant to the subchapter C, 15 U.S.C. 1641 E1. There you go. What is critical here is not the fact that the 11th District and the appellate court and the district court denied the case. What is apparent is by their own admission, the violation for which such action or proceeding is brought is apparent on its face of the disclosure statement provided in connection with such transaction pursuant to this chapter. Do you think being charged 2 loans for the price of 1, would that fall under something that is apparent on the face of the disclosure? And that disclosure statement is the payoff demand. The court reasoned in this case, though, that the borrower had failed to state a claim against Fannie Mae because Greentree's failure to provide a payoff statement was not a violation. Again, apparent on the face of the disclosure statement. What I'm telling you is when you've got 2 loans for the price of 1 and 1 late fee, then the formula I've given you is, in fact, applicable. And it does suggest that the borrower is going to be suckered into paying off 2 loans. They're getting 2 for the price of 1. So it comes that time to part company again. It went so fast, and how much we enjoy getting together with you and making these presentations. What do you need to audit your file? What we need is a payoff statement. Get me that payoff statement. If you don't have one, request it. We need a servicing statement, and we need a copy of that note. That's all I need to get going. We're looking for a fictitious payoff statement. We're looking for monkey business that's going on. We believe that the root of all evil is found in the payoff statement. Payoff statements where you're going to get it. Servicing statements, they contain a lot too. And of course, a copy of the note will verify the arguments that we're making for you. As your auditor and as your accountant, we look forward to serving you. We are mortgage auditors and foreclosure accountants. I am M. Solomon. You can reach me at 202-270-6832. 270-6832. And you can also write me at secondarytradedesk@gmail.com. If you have a specific situation you want to share with us publicly, do it in the comment section. Hit the like. You don't have to hit the like, but if you'd like to hit the like. But do leave your comment if you're experiencing a problem, or if you can see something here that relates to you. And of course, write us at secondarytradedesk@gmail.com. And again, this is a presentation on how foreclosure attorneys are getting 2 loans out of 1. You better find out what's going on. Let us do it for you. Contact us. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.